Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am getting my tablet ready to go here. There I am. Okay. Alright. So I am ready. If you guys have anything to say, it's a holiday weekend, so I don't even see anybody on right now. It's the 4th of July weekend. So I am excited to be here, and I am excited that not only can you see the annual catalog when I'm stamping, but now you get to see the mini and the Sale-a-bration catalogs. Woohoo! So exciting. It is really hard for me not to open these for you guys on the during the time when I have it and you don't. So if you've ordered from me in the past 6 months, you should have received these in the mail by now. I know I did hear from one person who did not. If you have not ordered in the last 6 months, but you would like them, send me a direct message. Hi, Susan. Happy Saturday. So I want to show you some of the things we're going to be working with in the mini catalog. First of all, this is so cute, isn't it? Oh, their photography is just phenomenal. So I'm trying to figure out what goes first. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to be talking about this wonderful embossing addictions toolkit later on, but I wanted you to see where it was, because it's not, you know, you need to kind of see it, and the photography isn't, I just said how good the photography is. It is not, it doesn't explain all of this very well, but I am going to talk to you about it. But it's on page 49. Okay, and then we're also going to be using on the second, these are both on the second project, the Forever Friendship stamp set, which I just love it. It's just so cute, and it's inexpensive. It's only $25, so that's a good thing. And then also on the first project, we're going to be using the Celebrate Everything 12 by 12. Hi, Chris. It's good to see you. Oh, you're so welcome for the card. You sent off your first order? Okay. You know what? I haven't checked my email, Susan. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. And I'm glad to know you got the catalog. Anyway, this is a Hostess item. It's huge. I think I showed it to you guys before, but it's for if your order is 150 or more, or your friends and you gather together. You can order these things and stuff in the annual catalog also. But I wanted to be sure to show you that. And speaking of Hostess items, while I am at it, I am going to show you that this celebration, the free stamp set is called Perfect Pomegranate. It's for when your order goes to $300. It should automatically pop up in your basket. If it does not, you need to contact me right away, and I'll contact Stampin' Up. But you could try entering the number, but I've heard back and forth. Most people are saying they're not having a problem with it, but I just wanted you to be aware. And then, of course, there's a lot of awesome free stuff in here, but we're going to be using today, this is just so cute, the Happiest Hippos and the Hippo Dies today. So stinking cute. So these are each free for a $50 order, or you can get them both if your order is $100. And then, of course, there's other $50 and $100 items in here. And lastly, this awesome planner will be added to your new demonstrator kit if you decided to sign up. So that is it. We'll talk more about some of the other things in here later. But it's a holiday weekend, and I know y'all have better things to do. No, you don't. Come on, crafting. This is the better thing to do. Also, you'll notice I have a new Hostess code for this month. If you are going to shop, it's MemoryINKers.com. My email is MemoryINKers@gmail.com, and the Hostess code. But the fastest way to get there is to go to that post that's pinned at the top every month. there should be a link that takes you right to my Stampin' Up! Website and includes the hostess code. But that being said, if you're going to be putting in an order that's over $150, you don't want this code. So just go to MemoryINKers.com. Okay? All right. So all of the business stuff is out of the way. All right. So this is that pack of hostess paper I was telling you about. I think it's 48 sheets. And it is amazing. It is so pretty. And it's got every holiday in there you could want. I mean, this is candy, so you could use it for Halloween, but it's also got like the gingerbreads and like little holly berries. So it's probably supposed to be Christmas, but you know. But even if you don't like it, the backs of all of them are just so pretty. And there's things to color in, and like look at that fall page. How pretty is that? I'm hoping you guys can see that pretty good. I know when I do this, the lighting doesn't want to play nice. But anyway, it's pretty. So we're going to be using these two papers today. I'm going to do one card with this paper and one card with this paper. And I'm also going to be using, am I using some of this? Somewhere, I think, oh, I know, this is going to be on the second card. This is the 2022 to 2024 in color 6x6 paper. So that will be on the second card. So get that out of the way. And before I forget, thank goodness I remembered the name of the winner for sharing last month, because I put my little tickets, you know, I have a little ticket thing and I'm reorganizing. I don't know where it is, but I remembered. So Julie Wilson, Julie St. Clair Wilson, she is going to get the brand new, and we're going to be using these today too, the 2021 to 2023 Opal Rounds. These are new in the annual catalog, and they are so pretty. So, Julie, when you see this, because I don't think you're watching, you're going to get those in the mail for sharing. So remember, I do that every month. Excuse me, I have a little bit of sniffles today for some reason. Hi, Karen from Ohio. So remember to share my Facebook page and post below that you've shared. And if you're watching this from somebody's shared video and you want to see me live, or if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, which I'd love to have y'all go follow my YouTube channel also. But I do my lives right now only on Facebook. People are trying to talk me into doing my lives on YouTube, but so many of you follow me here, so I don't know. Anyway, hi, Crystal. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the Memento ink. We're going to be using a boatload of blends markers. These are our alcohol markers that I love, love, love. We're going to be using this adorable hippo stamp set and this sentiment always on point. And that is from the Sale-a-bration. Moving stuff, moving stuff. I hope that doesn't fall because it'll be really loud. And the Sale-a-bration Hippest Hippos. It's just so cute. It's just got love you a ton. I mean, sadly, that could be me all the time. Hi, Claudia from Arkansas. I always want to say Arkansas, but I don't think that's right. And then, of course, the wonderful dies. These dies are so cute because they do the 3 hippos, but they have all these like extra things that are not, I mean, the only things to cut out are the 3 hippos, right, on the stamp set. So they have all this extra stuff, a boat, a tub, a wave, which we're going to be using, an umbrella, flowers, snorkel, goggles, sunglasses, are those called buoys, the ring, a lifesaver, and then I think this is a plant, and that's another leaf, and some cute little hearts, but not sure. Oh, this is a party hat. I had to think about that for a minute. But we're going to be doing our second card is going to be using a whole bunch of these dies, and none of these stamp sentiments or stamps. So stay tuned for that. And it's one I've copied from someone else because, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's the designer series paper that I cut from that big hostess pack. We have of this beautiful, I always forget the name. Why do I do that? This is Fresh Freesia. It's one of the new in colors. So we're going to be using that for this first card. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half to create our card base. Okay. And then I don't want to glue this down yet because we've got some things to do, but it's going to be up there. So, all right. So the first thing you would want to do is, if you're going to be using your blends, is stamp it, and you're going to ink it with Memento ink because that works best with the blends, not the StazOn. StazOn is better for your watercoloring, okay? All right. So I wanted to make sure it was really dry, so I stamped it in advance. So there you go, that's that. And then I will stamp the sentiment later. But I just wanted to be sure. So here's what I was doing. It's National Watercolor Month. Isn't there always something, right? There's always something. So this is me playing around. Let me zoom in. This is me playing around with the different things we have that would be kind of watercoloring. Obviously, watercolored pencils, as you can see, they are a definitely softer, more muted color. These I used are soft pastels to color this little girl or boy. Well, it's a girl, probably. And then this one is using the blends. This is similar to what we're going to be doing today. Also, I wanted to show you this one because she's cute and all, but she bled a little bit. So. But I still think she's cute. I don't know what you guys think, and I gave her big lips just to be fun. Okay, so I am going to, let's see, I'm going to keep us small while we do this, or big while we do this, so you guys can see better. So you should always have a piece of paper underneath you, and here it is. I'm so organized. Don't you guys love it? All right, I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. It's pretty messy, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. All right, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with my skirt and fingernails and shoes, not the white. I want to use this dark one, and I'm going to start with the dark because I find it easier to blend the dark the light, pull the dark out of the light. You also see there's a pointy end and there's a brush end. We're going to be using the brush end of the other color in a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of go along her skirt line where I think that there would be a good shadowing. And then I just kind of go, maybe these are where the ruffles are kind of shiny. And then I'm going to use this to color in her shoes because I'm just assuming. And then I'm painting her fingernails. So you want to be careful because what happens is if you, I'm hoping my hand's not in the way. No, it looks okay. If you kind of do this and you keep rubbing, you'll see that after a while this starts to bleed out. So you don't want to do that. So just a little at a time, and then you can always add more later if you want. So I'm going to do something with her lips, but I don't want to do that until I'm ready. So now I am going to take the lighter, and I'm going to use the brush end this time. This is, this was Flirty Flamingo, and I think this is a different color. And this was Polished Pink. I just decided to mix them up just to, give it a little bit more definition. And you see how I'm going in a circle motion while I blend it out because it just seems to grab it better. Let's see if I can show on that. See how it's starting to blend out right there? So that's why a little circle motion. Now sometimes you're in too tight of quarters to circle motion very well, but now you can see how her skirt has a little bit of definition, and it's gone a little orange for me. I'm not too crazy about that. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use the brush end to just highlight the pink a little bit more, the polished pink. Just a little bit more. And then I will blend this back out. Okay. I think, how many of you guys use blender pens, whether they're ours or that other company that is pretty famous for alcohol markers? There. Now she almost looks like she has some kind of a print in her skirt. So that's kind of fun. Now, for her body, I'm going to do her in gray. So I am going to start with a dark gray outline again in the places where I think there's going to be shadow. And you see, I'm not being neat. I'm not being neat at all with this. I'm just not. And I'm leaving her belly. I'm going to leave her belly white, I think, on this one. And I will show you the finished one because I did finish her. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how I start to darken her up and then use the brush to color her in. And this is a lighter gray, okay? So you guys kind of get the idea of this. So I want to show you something. I already did the other one, so I'm going to finish her later, but I want to show you what I did. I wanted her to have a lighter color belly. So this is going to seem counterproductive, but I kind of put it on there, and then I grabbed the white one. It's actually called a color lifter, and I just went through and tried to lift off some of the color. Now it takes a minute before it starts to show that it's actually lifting the color, and this is definitely some place where you want to be careful, because a color lifter, that is going to bleed like crazy. But you just keep, you know, you let it, give it a minute, do it again, give it a minute, do it again. But you can see she's already got a little bit lighter of a body than, or a belly than she does her body. So, and then I would cut it out with the dies, and I added some, here's the finished one. Set that on there. Here's the finished one, and you see I gave her a little bit of pink. I'm not crazy about how her face came out. It's like I wasn't getting the color lifter in there as good as her body, but then I thought about it, and I thought, you know, she's a teenager, and, you know, you know what, I struggled with them too, Chris, and I think once you start playing with them, you'll really enjoy them a lot. So anyway, so there's my little girl. So we're going to put all this aside and start building our card. All right. So, oh, I am going to need that again in a minute. So let's see, what was I doing? Building the card. That's what I'm doing. All right. So I want to stamp the sentiment. You're always on point. And I'm just going to use the Memento ink. You could use a color if you want, but I just decided to go ahead. It's a little crooked, but she's always on point, not me. All right, let me come back out just a little bit. Whoops, not in, out. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so now I'm going to add the this little piece of ribbon, and this is the gray granite, and it is called shimmer ribbon. So we have like a lot of ribbons called shimmer ribbons, so you know, you kind of got to pay attention to what it is. And it does shimmer. Can you guys see that? I'm hoping you guys can see that it does shimmer, and it also looks, when you see it in person, it looks like it has little sparkles in it. They're just very hard to see when you're on camera. It's almost impossible. So let me see if I can get a little bit on here. Never wants to really stick on ribbon. So make sure I'm going up. I am. And I'm going to set that about right there. No rhyme or reason. It's just where I picked. And even though you guys know I love to use liquid glue, when it comes to ribbon, I like to make sure I've used something a little bit stronger, like our Stamp and Seal or Stamp and Seal Plus. Okay, now I can put on the liquid glue. to adhere it to the front of the card. Okay. I just think on this fresh freesia, it just really pops out those fireworks, doesn't it? It's just poof. Okay, so now here's the always on point, so that's where that's going to go. And then I'm going to put the little girl on here. But I wanted to do something fun. Now, not that long ago, I showed how to make your own spring. And one of you, I think it was Susan, told me about these things on Amazon called wobblers, so you don't have to work hard. So until Stampin' Up! Decides to make some and sell them, I'm going to tell you guys to go to Amazon and buy those. So you peel off the backing, and I'm just going to set that right in the center of our sweet little girl, and then peel off this backing. Come on. And of course, I still have not put my Take Your Pick tool here. Gosh, I keep saying I'm going to do it right after the video, and then inevitably I get distracted. I know, it's me. Come on. They really do peel off easy. I think it's just me today. Come on, come off. There we go. And then it's going to be split, so hopefully this side won't give me so much trouble. There we go. So now that side is all sticky, and I can put her on there right in the center of the action, and then she wobbles. So cute. And this I'm going to put up on dimensionals, and I'm going to use the black Stampin' Dimensionals. I use the big ones because it's a black background, right? So why not? And I'm just going to set that right there. And then, of course, you would definitely want to put a piece of white cardstock on the inside. I mean, it's light enough. You don't have to, but... so there's our first card. And then I'm going to show you... Here is the second card that I did, and I made it... It's the same base, but I used the white version of this. And this is where the in-color cardstock came in. And she wobbles. But I want to show you real quickly how I did this, because... that is black and white. It's not color. So super, super simple, because I am going to do this on the inside. And I put away all of my stuff. How weird is that? Okay, I kept thinking, why do I have all these blend markers out? But now I know why. So I'm just going to grab one so you guys get the idea. But I just took the tip, okay, and I just went along the lines of the fireworks, just to make, I mean, super simple, right? But it just dressed up the black and white, and you don't even have to be perfect, because hello, fireworks. And then I did color in the centers before I added the champagne rhinestone jewels on those. But I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to put it on the top of, I was planning to do it and show you guys, but I'm going to put it on the top, and then that will be the inside of the card. So cute, yes? So I love these two. I just think they're fun, and I'm in love with this silly little Hippest Hippos. And you know me, I keep saying I'm not a big cutesy fan, but apparently I'm getting there because I've been doing a lot of cutesy lately. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for now. I will bring them back out later. And we're going to go on to the second card, which is killing me. Oh my golly, you guys. Seriously. My another demonstrator from, I want to say she's from Germany. She posted this card, and I haven't made it yet, so I'm hoping that I don't screw up. So I'm going to be using those gems. I'm going to be using some foam adhesive strips. I'm going to be using the In Color markers, both years, the 2022 to 24 and 2021 to 23. Mostly these, one of these. I'm going to be using the blends marker in Tahitian Tide. I should know that one because it's the me. This is where I'm going to be using the Forever Friendship stamp. And that's that. And then I'm also going to be, this is a new item in the mini catalog. Remember, I just pointed out to you at the very beginning. Yeah, sparkle pen action. We don't technically sell a sparkle pen, but there's a lot of them out there. So anyway, this is the new embossing, what do they call it? Embossing Additions Toolkit. But people have been begging for this. This is an embossing buddy. I have had my look at this is so old. It has like way back when logo information on it, but they last forever, which is probably why they stopped selling it. But people have been asking for it. But I mean, this one is still good, and it's a lot, well, I think it's smaller than this one. I don't remember mine ever being this thick, to be perfectly honest. But it probably was at some point, because eventually the powder goes away, right? I mean, it has to, or what are you doing with it? But anyway, it comes with this Powder Pal tray that has, we're not going to be using this part, but it has the screw-off list so that when you're doing glitters or embossing powder, you can obviously see that it will pour right back into your bottle or container. And they're easy to wash. One little tip on this, I like to rub my embossing buddy on here. Just gently rub it before I emboss, and that helps the embossing powder slide out. It may not slide out perfectly, but then you've got your brush to brush that out. But this is the coolest. This is so that you can hold onto something while you're embossing and not burn your fingers. And the way it's made, it's made so that it won't leave like big impressions in your project. Also, I thought this was plastic, but it's not. I didn't actually do the second card for the hippos. I was just showing you another idea for that. Jonna, why do I have so much trouble with that? I'm so sorry. I'm surprised you're not mad at me, but if you are, please don't tell me. Anyway, this is ceramic, and so it's going to get very hot. So that's the caution, is be careful. Like I wouldn't want to heat something up and then set it on this, because you know this is plastic overlay. It's not real wood, which I know all of you guys already know that. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this because it's very, very cool. Okay, so I have all the stuff. But here is where the trick is coming in for this card. This is a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and I have folded it in half. Why is there sticky on here? I don't know. I folded it in half. It is 7.5 by, I think, 8.5. Let me make sure now. Darn it. I hate when I know what I'm doing and then I forgot what it was. Okay, 7 inches. This is 7 inches by 8.5. Okay, so we're going to be doing a slimline card. And then this piece is just cut at just 1/4 inch smaller to fit on the front. Okay, so here's, oh, I know why it's stuck, because I have, look you guys, I remembered to put our adhesive sheets on the back. Can I please get some applause? I remembered. So, and I put too much on. But here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I am going to lay out a bunch of these pieces. So, I am going to use the goggles, the water splash, and I'll get these set on a little nicer when I get over to my machine the little snorkel, sunglasses, umbrella, and this little teeny tiny flower, because I am literally going to copy her exactly. And then this, I am going to cut out of this. So you will see, I'm just going to lay it. This actually just does an edge, and then it makes waves, but it doesn't cut right here. So I'm going to set this on here, and you guys will see what I'm doing with all that. So let me go and cut all of these pieces and get them where I want them to be on my machine. So this is going to take me just a minute while I get it together, you guys. So please be patient, because I want it to look right. So I'm coming back. Talk amongst yourselves. So I'm just trying to kind of make them a little evenly spaced on this big piece. Okay, I think I've got it. Hang on, I'm getting ready to run it through. Okay, so there's that piece, and then here is this. So I'm going to put this one aside for later. So let me just, I think that was up here. So now I don't want to lose any of these little pieces in here. So when I take them off, I want to be careful not to lose like the inside of the eyeballs. That's going to be important. And the inside of the raindrops. I need my take your pick tool. Okay. But I want all of the pieces. Okay? So some of them stuck in the machine or in the die and some did not. But I definitely want to not lose any of them. Okay, so now I have all of those. Now I have grabbed scraps actually, of the different things that I want to do. So now I just need to figure out what colors are going where on these. And that's that. That's that, and that's that. Okay, so now I have sticky paper on the back, right? I want to make sure I'm still in camera. Okay, so I have too much sticky paper on here. So I don't want to lose this, but this is where the embossing buddy will come in just a minute. So I'm peeling all of this off. And now I can just decide, obviously I don't need big pieces for some of them, like this little flower. She only needs that right there. And then the umbrella probably does not need a whole piece either. So I'm going to set that there. Sunglasses. Whoops, I want this piece. The snorkel. I'm not sure. I'm just going to do this. Water. And then these little guys. Okay, so now I have all of this like patchwork on the back, but it's too sticky. So I'm going to take my embossing powder, and when you're embossing, you would do just a light rub like you saw me do, but I really want this to go away. So you can use your embossing buddy for this, and it will like reduce the sticky. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. I'm not going to put it on flat on the card front when I do put it on the card front. So I don't want it to stick. So it's just another tip of what to do with your embossing buddy. But see, now it doesn't stick. But it's already so cute, just like this, right? Oh, now I've got embossing powder everywhere. Or embossing buddy powder. Okay. Now, this is why I said you don't want to lose your pieces. I am going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to start putting things where they belong. Now, here are the sunglasses. So, one of the first things I want to do is I'm going to take my sunglasses, okay? And I didn't peel the back off. I'm going to set them in the hole. All right. I'm going to zoom in for you guys. And then I'm going to have to move it. That's better. Okay. But I don't want to lose these little guys. So I'm going to peel the back off. And maybe not. I think it's just me. I swear since I have COVID, my hands just don't work. They just don't work like they used to. Not that I was that perfect before, as many of you will recall. What is the deal here? Come off. There we go. Duh. So now you have to watch with the sunglasses which eyeball place they're going to go in. But I think it's this one. So I'm going to hold the piece that I want to pop out in place while I set this in there. And I'm just going to scoot it on. It's a little bit crooked, but then I'm going to take the other piece. There's only a couple of them you have to do this with. So is it a little time consuming? Sure. Oh, thanks for the applause, Crystal. And I am having a good day. Hope you guys are too. I hope you guys have big plans. We have no plans for 4th of July. None. Zip nada. We are so boring. But you know what? That's probably why my husband and I are so made for each other. We're homebodies. We don't wander. It's not that we don't. I mean, we've been, we do cruises and stuff like that, but COVID did not affect us too much, during the pandemic lockdown, because we, like, okay, gotta stay home. All right. But actually having COVID, that affected us greatly. All right, so now I want to make sure those are down, and then I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to lift off the glasses. Uh-oh. The sticker paper is stuck. There we go. We're going to get rid of that sticker paper. So now this is sticky, and I am going to do that. So now I've got the glasses and the glasses floating up a little bit. And I'm going to do the same thing with the umbrella. Isn't this just fun so far? I know watching me is probably not the highlight of your weekend. So it is a little bit time consuming, but I didn't want you guys to... Oh man, this ended up at the split. Okay. I didn't want you guys to miss this fun card. And this one. So I'm going to have to do it with the snorkel and the, well, no, I don't have to do it with the water, so that's cool. It's just the snorkel that's going to need another, what did I do with my snorkel? There he is. Okay. So he's not going to be a problem either. So it's just the sunglasses that are the time consuming to put them in place. I'm going to put him down here. It doesn't really matter what way you do it, just so that they're nearby where you want it to be. Here's the little flower. Now I could have used these double flowers if I wanted to. That would have been really cute too. Oh, hi Barbara. I'm glad you're catching me live. So that's cool. If you missed anything, this video will be back, as you know. I'm going to set this one down here a little bit. Okay. And then we'll do the goggles real quick. Isn't this just a fun idea? I mean, gosh, some Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are so brilliant. I shouldn't tell you that because I don't want you guys to leave me and find out that there are people with more skill than me. So, forget I said anything. Now I want all of my little water splashes. There we go. Now this one you might find a little bit tricky because you kind of want to keep the splashes in the same vein as where they are. So you kind of want to mimic the splash. Now, is it gonna look perfectly the same? Maybe if you do it, but you know me, probably not. Or as my daughter says, probably. She's in her mid to late 30s. I'm not going to give specifics because she loves me and I'd like to keep it that way. But it's kind of the family joke, Brittany and her prollies. But isn't that fun? I mean, you know, it's fun to have family stuff like that. Kind of like most of the world knows what it means when you go pivot, because we all watched Friends, right? I know this is like watching paint dry. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't want to do this ahead of time. I wanted you guys to see the process. So now that is going right there. How fun is that, right? I mean, super, super fun. Oh, thank you, Pam. You're awesome. I love you guys too. Truly, I do. I feel very, very blessed. Okay, so I'm going to stamp Time for a Cardigan. I did it on a scrap piece and then I trimmed it out like so. And I am going to snip this off and then I'm going to get my paper trimmer because I won't cut this straight. So hold on. Grab this real quick and we'll get back to the card. I'm going to find the end-ish of that and cut that off. And I'm probably going to need this again. So hold on, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead. Look, I stamped it in the blue and I didn't like it. It's okay, but I didn't like it. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put that on here right above where I know you guys probably cannot possibly see it. Maybe. But there are little wave marks in here. So they are on there, but I don't want this to be this big up here. So now I'm just going to take my trimmer and I am going to decide where do I want it and how straight is it. So I want my I want my words to be fairly straight. That's pretty close. So I'm going to just chance it. And then, there we go. Oh, did you guys hear that? Of course you did. So now that's, and isn't that so cute? Time for a cardigan. I love that sentiment. So I am going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals. I don't see my white ones. I know I have them. Here's my little ones. So we'll just use those. And I'm not even done because this is just a thing to go on top of the card. So I got 2 there, which is fine. It's probably what I need. Move that one. Guess not. All right, so now I'm just going to pick off the back. I can usually do that with my fingers. So I'm hoping you guys are learning some fun things. Now I'm going to make y'all go and get this Stamps and Dies, right? So stinking cute. So there's that. And then when you take the time to put it up on top of the card, it just gives it, zoom out a little, please. Sorry. Come on. Okay. Sorry. All right. So, now I'm going to take my awesome foam adhesive strips. And I am going to set that on here. I love doing the strips when you're doing something like this because you don't want it, I mean, it seems like a lot of adhesive, but you don't want this to, if you're going to mail it, you want it to be, not go flat. So, there we go. So I've got 3 of those in there. Should be able to peel those off. And then you can take your card and I'm going to have to stand up to do this. Oh. If you do it soon enough, you can unstick stuff. There we go. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I mean, it's simple and yet it isn't simple. I think it's just adorable. I really hope you guys liked it. I know it was a little bit of work, but hopefully you guys thought it was cool. Oh, good. I see a bunch of hearts. Yay. So, so we made this card today. We made this card today, and I showed you this card today. So, I hope you guys liked it. Oh, good. Yay. Yay. Thank you, guys. So, don't forget to share this video. Post below that you shared. For those of you who missed it, Julie Wilson. Oh, I am not done with this. I knew it looked too simple. Okay, don't go anywhere. But Julie Wilson won, this is what made me remember. She won these opal rounds. I had all this other stuff to do on the front of this card, so let's see if I can do it now that I've attached it. Oopsie, I got so excited to get to the end of the card that I totally forgot. So these little in color opal rounds are the same colors of these except for this blue one. So I'm like, oh man, what do? I need a blue one. So I grabbed, and that's the Tahitian Tide. I've got to find my opening. Hold on. There it is. So I grabbed some Rhinestone Basics. As you see, I started here. And I'm hoping you guys know this, but you can take your pearls and your rhinestones and things and you can color them. So Tahitian Tide is what I need. So I have my Tahitian Tides blend. and I'm just coloring. Now you want to make sure you get around the edges and just color. You can let it dry and do it again if you want to, but that's a good color for me. But I'm going to put it on last since it's still a little bit wet. And now I'm just going to take these, and what did I do with my take your pick tool? So I am just going to add some little of these opal rounds around the matching colors that they're on. Okay, the blue is over there. Here we go. Put that one over here. And that one there. And here. See, it's making a difference already. And there's more. There is more to come. If you guys can hear that siren, everything is fine here. Our city does a once a month, like a siren emergency test or whatever you want to call it. So I will tell you with these that you've colored like this, you want to be careful when you put them down, because I can see it touched a little bit right there and it did make a little mark. So you want to be careful. So that looks good, but watch this. I am going to grab the pens for all of the colors. So out of this one, I need the Tahitian Tide, and then I'm going to need all of these colors. And I'm going to use the pointy end, and I'm just going to put some dots around. No particular order. Just to add some color. Now some of mine ended up being lines, and they shouldn't have. They should have just been dots. So take your time when you're doing this. But see, now this is filling in the rest of the white space, right? And if you kind of keep it in the general area, then I think you're going to really like it. But all it takes is just a little tap to add some fun to your card. Now, if you wanted to, you could mix all the colors up. I'm just following the brilliance that was the other demonstrator who did this, and I just thought it was so stinking fun that I didn't want to mess with her smart and fun plan. And you can see, like I can see over here, that I probably need a few more to kind of blend into the blues. And then the pink. Oh, I'm getting lines. This is why you should do it before you, and see, like this one ended up that they were farther apart than the other ones. So just play. I mean, you can overdo it. So, you know, I got to be careful that I don't go nutty here, but just to try and make it follow. But what do you think? Thanks for sharing, Amber. What do you think? Isn't this fun now with those little dots? It made it so much better with the little gems and the dots on it. What do you guys think? I'm hoping you guys like it. So again, I will repeat myself. So we just made this fun card with all of the dies from the Hippo Dies. And then I showed you this one after we made this one. So you can get the Hippo stamp set free right now with a $50 product order, and you can get the dies, which my dies are not all on this sheet now because they're all over the place. For an additional $50 in product order, you can get them, so for a $100 order, you can get them both. But you may think, I will never do this card, but I like this card, or I'll never die cut them out. I just really like the stamp set. So I like when they kind of split them up, because you can decide, what do you want free? And there's so many other fun things in the catalog that are free. So don't forget. So if you're going to do this, you will need, if you're going to do this card, you're going to need just scraps of paper. Obviously, you don't have to follow, but I would recommend, like for me, it was easy because I had the in-color markers, right? But you can use anything. Just make sure that you have the colors, that you have markers that you can do the dots with. And if you don't have the colored gems like this, you can color in, if you have the blends, you can color in some of your pearls or rhinestones. Or if you don't have either, just putting rhinestones, clear rhinestones across. I mean, that is going to look, they don't look bad. Here, let me see if I can do this. They don't look bad just across. So, see what I mean? So, just so you guys know, there are lots of ways to make these cards. Pam, me too. I always do things the hard way. So anyway, these little wobbles are on Amazon if you like them, but everything else you can get from me. So I hope you guys liked this awesome. I know I'm bragging on myself, but I love these cards. I did not create this, and I feel so bad I don't remember the demonstrator's name, but I'm pretty sure, because her directions were in another language and it looked like German, but I don't know. So thank you to that demonstrator, whoever you are awesome, awesome, awesome. So there you guys go. I hope you liked it. Don't forget, I think I already said, share the card. Follow me here on facebook.com/MemoryInkers. Email me at memoryinkers@gmail.com. Shop at memoryinkers.com. This is the hostess code. 2 T as in Tom, 6 J as in Jack, X as in X-Ray, P as in Paul, R as in Robert, B as in Bob. So, okay, thanks everybody. Have a great holiday weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. I may pop in later. I know I said I was not going to do a new catalog party, and I'm not going to do a week-long event, but I am looking to see if I can do like a shortened version in a few weeks, and then have a fun party, because I've got so much to share with you guys. It's hard to like run it out. So have a great weekend. Bye everybody.